Hey guys, Uncle Grizz here today. I'm coming to you today with a Shakespeare Omni 3 fishing reel. Not exactly sure what year this was made. Haven't really been able to find out too much about it. The sticker right there might date it. You don't see made in Hong Kong very often anymore. It's always just generalized made in China. I don't have the teardown of this because this thing had grease in it. It was so old. It was nasty, brown. The best way I can describe it, it was like somebody had taken and packed it full of cosmoline. And any of you gun guys out there, you know what I'm talking about. Nasty, thick, sticky, brown junk that is damn near impossible to get cleaned up. But I got it all apart. I've got it cleaned up. So I want to show you guys the reassembly of it. And we'll see if this one was worth my time. So let's get into it. This was given to me yesterday with 4 other reels. Got nice old zip code 33 Rhino Tough. You know, you can't go wrong with the zip code 33. Got an old black and white zip code 202. From what I can gather, this is from somewhere around in the early to mid 60s. Nice smooth action. It all works good. I've got its big brother, the 404. Same thing. Nice smooth action. Everything works good on it. As you can tell, they're a little crusty. But we'll do videos later on those. Showing teardown, cleanup, reassembly, and everything. What I've got here is the main chassis out of it. Now this one, unlike some other fishing reels, does not have a removable spool on it. The spool is built into the chassis. You've got a brass bushing in here for the crankshaft. Here's your anti-reverse pawl. Oh, hang on a second. There we go. I had to get my screen back on and everything. So first thing we'll want to do, you got your main reel gear. You got a little plastic washer. Put that on there. Here's your reel shaft. Just slides right in just like that. Real easy. Now one thing that gets me with this, that gear just spins on there. There's no indexing, so I'm assuming that it totally relies on the drag on this. Got another little plastic washer that fits over it. Set that down for just a second. Here's your anti-reverse gear. Now when you go to put this on, you want to make sure that you get those teeth angled the right way. If you notice, they've got a slope on one side and then a ledge on the other. And if you don't put it in the right way, your reel isn't going to spin like it should, like that. See how those gears just slide right past that pawl? But if you try to go backwards, it catches. That's your anti-reverse. So, having gotten the orientation on that, we'll take and line up the shaft And it is keyed. So just take and push it up on there. And there you go. There's your real crank. Now we'll take and slide it in here. Make sure you get past that anti-reverse. I don't know if you can see it in there or not, but you can see how when I'm spinning it like this, you can see that little part right there moving up and down. But if I go backwards, it catches it. Now, the next piece is a little flat spring. Place it on there like that, and then take your star drag, and this just threads on. Thread it on, screw it down good, and there you go. Okay, so you can turn it like you're reeling, but if you try to go backwards, it shuts it down, it locks it up. We're going to wait on putting the crankshaft, or the crank handle, on till very last. Now, we've got your spool shaft. Oh, I just almost forgot one important thing. We got to take this back out. And just got to slide that out just a little bit. We've got some reel grease here. You can pick this up just about any tackle or bait and tackle shop. You can get it at Walmart. And probably find it at Bass Pro Shops, stuff like that. This little billow bottle, I've had this one about 8 years. So it lasts quite a while. No big deal to it. What I'm going to do is on the flat sides of this shaft here, I'm going to take and just squeeze out a little bit on there. Turn it around, put a little more on this side. Now that way, when we slide it back in here, there's a, give her just a little bit of a spin. That puts some lubrication in there. Helps keep the water from building up too bad in there. Put your flat spring on, put your star drag back on. Tighten her down. And there you go. Anti-reverse is working. It spins nice. There we go. Now on this one, I'm going to go in from the front. I don't know if you can see it in there. Probably not. But we'll go in from the front there. Spurt a little bit of grease up in there. This is my first time using this camera, and I need to change the screen timeout settings on it. I get about 3 minutes and the screen goes blank. But we're gonna take and work this in there. If it'll go for me. There we go. And my grease came out with it, but hopefully I can get back here behind the camera for just a second so I can get some leverage on this and push it down in. I don't know, I may have to try working on that some more. It's awful daggum thick in there. Let's see, will it spin for me? It might help if I get that gear down in place. Hey, that was why I didn't show the tear down on this, because I noticed it's trying to work. The center shaft here that comes out to the line bail is really sticky in there, and it doesn't want to let the gear here turn. I mean, see, I'm turning the handle, but you're not seeing that gear turn. So let's see if we can work it back out. Ow. I'm going to grab a little bit of alcohol here and see if we can clean that shaft. And I'm just using a Q-tip dipped in some 50% isopropyl. Probably not the best cleaning agent for this, but when you're working on a budget, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, bear with me just a second, guys. I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to change my settings so I can keep an eye on what I'm doing. Be right back with you. Okay, guys, I'm back. Let's see if I got it set right now. That still feels kind of gummy on there. Before the quick little skip, I was working on cleaning the take-up shaft. I put it in and it felt awful gummy in there, awful sticky. It didn't want to spin worth a hoot. Try cleaning that pathway for the shaft out. If anybody out there watching knows of an easier way to get that cleaned up, to where if this doesn't work, to where it'll spin easy. It went through easier that time. Oh, we got spinach. That's spinach, not spinach. We don't have Popeye on here. Since that spins, you got your spring. Put it on there. And you got an itty bitty teeny tiny C-clip that fits right into that groove. Let's see if I can get my big fat fingers in here. Use the spring to kind of hold it in place. Take my little pliers. Snap. There it goes. Hey, we've got workage. And the more I spin it, the more it's loosening up. Good, there may be hope for this reel after all. Okay. Now we want to make sure we've got some lube in here for the gears. Once again, trusty little gear lube bottle. And what I usually do is I come in here and just go right along this main gear. Put a little bit on it about halfway around. And that way, as you turn the crank, it comes around to your little gear here in the middle, and that'll pick up some of the lube too, and then it'll just distribute it all the way around that gear. Okay, looks like we might need just a little bit more. Put just a little bit more on there. Got nice smooth action. Now, to replace your line bail, you got a little bit of threaded area right there. Just try to line it up the best you can. Sometimes that little catch pawl right there will kind of get in your way, so you might need to pull it out a little bit, line it up. And then just screw it down. To take these off, the easiest way I've found, if the bail just screws on, just grab a hold of your reel handle and hold it and then turn it counterclockwise. If you've got a nut, you can do the same thing. Hold it, take your pair of pliers or wrench or whatever, grab a hold of it, turn it counterclockwise. And then when you put it back on, just tighten it down clockwise. There you go. For the reel handle, we got a little bitty washer. It goes on first. Come on. Sometimes they slide on, sometimes a little bit of a monkey butt. But put your little washer on it first. Focus up, there we go. Then take your reel handle. I don't know how well you can see, but they usually have kind of like two flat sides. Looks like a flat-sided oval. Your shaft will have two flat sides on it. Make sure you just line those up. It'll slide right on. This one came with a little starred lock washer. Put it on. And take your little acorn nut. Get it started. And take your pair of pliers or a little wrench or whatever. And then just snug her down on there. There we go. We still got spinach. And we still got her working. Take your rear body and just sits right in there like that. Screw your cap on. And there we go. Everything works on it. Now, I don't know, or like I said, I don't know what year this was made. It is a Shakespeare Omni 3. It says mid-size is rated for up to 8-pound test line. Hopefully here in the near future I'll get some line. We'll spool this baby up. I'll do a video on how the easiest way I've found to put line on these things is. We'll get it lined up, take it out, and we'll fish on it. So, hope everybody enjoyed. This is the first video for Uncle Grizz's Country Corner. Hope to do more. I'm going to have all kinds of random things. Maybe little sightseeing videos. I know I've got at least 3 more videos like this planned. Possibly 4, because I've got the older version 202, and I've got a slightly newer version of the 202. Neat little interesting bit of trivia about the Zebco company that I found out just the other day, and I'll save that for either the 202 or the 404 video. So everybody have a good day. Have fun in your life. Be safe. And we'll catch you next time here on Uncle Grizzly's Country Corner.